Right, awesome. Well, hi everyone. Thank you for joining us for this evening's virtual career fair Q&A session. My name is Maya Lloyd, and I am the Student Career Program Manager for the Offices of Experiential Learning and Career Services here at CUNY SPH. I am joined by my colleague and Student Career Program Coordinator, Abby. So she'll be going through some live demonstrations for us this evening as well. Before we get started, if you can just let us know in the chat. So if you are a current CUNY student or alum and from which school. So our career fair is open to all CUNY graduate students and alumni. So we would love to, see who's joining us here tonight. And I do think we have a few joining us from other schools. Awesome, thank you. So we have Baruch here. So you can just go ahead and put that information in the chat. Again, if you're a current student or alum, and then from which school. Wonderful, thank you so much. Okay, great. I am glad to see that we have other schools joining us here tonight and that will be joining us at the career fair, which is great to see. All right, so the purpose of today's info session is really for us to prepare you for Friday's career fair. It's coming up pretty quickly. So some of you may already be familiar with attending a career fair on Handshake, but this is the first time for our school. We're very, very, very excited about getting this off the ground. We do understand that there may be a few questions about using the platform and getting started and being prepared for the event. So whether you are familiar with Handshake or not, you can use this opportunity to address any questions that you may have. So we're going to touch on a few different topics today. So that includes activating your account, registering for the fair, reviewing the career fair website that we have set up, just so you know what resources are available for you. And then of course, signing up for your employer sessions. We'll also have time for Q&A. So in the meantime, you can put any questions you may have in the chat, but then at the end of our demonstrations, we're going to open it up so you can also come off mute to ask any questions you may have. So let's start with a couple of polls just to get a better idea of what everyone is here for tonight. So we are going to launch our first poll. Okay, so very easy question. Have you activated your Handshake account? Okay, so I'll just let those answers come in again. All right, so have you activated your Handshake account? So it looks like for those that are answering, it's a yes. Most folks have activated their account, which is great. Maybe there's someone that isn't answering and you have not activated your account, which is totally fine as well. So just in case, Abby is going to share some access instructions in the chat. So the instructions she's putting in the chat, these are specifically for CUNY SPH students and alumni, okay? Just so you know. If you are from another school and maybe you need assistance with activating your account, you're going to need to reach out to your career center to do that. We also put on 2 Handshake how-to events this past term. So well, fall and spring. So those are live tutorials that we put on about Handshake, just general use, and then navigating the career fair. So Abby will also put those YouTube links in the chat for you all as well. All right, thank you, Abby. All right, so next we will get into our next poll. So now that we know everyone has activated their account, let's look at how many folks have actually registered for the fair. So are you registered for the virtual career fair happening on Friday? Okay, perfect. So I'll just let more folks respond. Okay, so we have majority yes, which is great, no, which is totally fine as well, and then not sure, which is also totally fine. Okay, so that's why we're having this session here today. So for those of you that are not registered yet, or maybe you're not sure if you're registered, no worries at all. Abby will share the registration link in the chat for you. So you can register now if you'd like to follow along with the demonstration. And for those that are already registered, you can also follow along from your Handshake account while we go through the demonstration, or you can register after we're finished here today. It's totally up to you. Okay, so for the next piece of our session here, I'm going to go over the actual career fair website. So let me just go ahead and share my screen. Okay. So many of you may have already seen the website, or maybe you have not, but we will also provide that link for you. But this is where you can find all of your links, tips, resources, really everything you need to prepare for the career fair. And based on some of the questions we have received from the registration, we just want to make sure that everyone is aware of this valuable resource. So just starting from the homepage, you see we have different tabs for students and alumni, which is what we are going to go over here today. But you can also find more information on our school, and you can, if you click on the logos for each of these employers, these are the employers that are participating in the fair. If you actually click on the logo, it will lead you to the employer's webpage, right? Their own website where you can do additional research before actually meeting with them, okay? So just keeping that in mind. So let's go to the For Students and Alumni webpage. Okay. So just going down the webpage here, section by section, you can also register for the career fair directly from this webpage. We also have tips and instructions for getting started with Handshake. So whether that's you need assistance with actually logging in, maybe you forgot your Handshake password, you can find those instructions here as well. Very, very important about completing your Handshake profile. So for those that are not familiar with the career fair on Handshake, an employer will have access to your Handshake profile before, during, and after the event. So it's really important that you have all the information needed on your Handshake profile, okay? So whether that's a resume upload, maybe any previous job experience, volunteer experience, relevant courses or projects that you're working on during your time in school, you want to make sure you have that information on your Handshake profile. You also have instructions for updating your Handshake profile. So all of this is located on the career fair website. Here we have additional information about identifying and registering for the career fair. So where you can find the career fair on Handshake, how you can actually register for the career fair for those that are not registered already. If you're using your mobile device, how you can register from your mobile device. And then how you sign up for those one-on-one or group sessions with employers. You also have the option of updating your schedule after registering, and we will go into that information as we continue. Preparing for the career fair. All right, so a few of you had questions in your registrations about how you should prepare for the career fair. There's a video, right, that gives you information on what you can do, tips, different resources that you can use to actually prepare for the event. So we definitely recommend watching that tutorial. We also have information here and resources about researching participating employers, uploading your resume, okay, which is really important. So again, it's accessible by the employers that you're meeting with. Testing your own technology. We all know technology can go either way, even when you think everything is perfect. So definitely making sure that you are testing that beforehand. Okay, and here we have links to what Abby has shared before in the chat, our Handshake How-Tos tutorial and the Career Fair edition. And Tina had also put on, Tina, our career coach, sorry, who was in the room with us today, she also put on a career fair prep workshop that you can go over as well. We also offer Handshake office hours throughout the week. So if you do have any technical questions about setting up your profile logging into Handshake or looking at your schedule for the career fair, you can join those Handshake office hours. So on the actual day of the career fair, when it's time for you to meet with employers, you'll have to join your sessions, okay? So here we have resources and instructions for how to join those sessions during the career fair, what to do if you experience any technical issues, what types of questions you should be asking, right? You should always be prepared to ask questions of employers that you're meeting with, okay? So here's some examples, very, very helpful, right? Don't even have to think much or about what you want to ask. So you can use some of these questions here. And how do you stand out at the career fair, right? So these employers are meeting with many students and alumni. I think we have close to 200 students and alumni signed up already. So they're meeting a lot of people, right? So making sure that you stand out when you meet with employers. And what's just as important as attending the career fair, the impression you make there, it's also very important to make that impression afterwards. So here we have some tips that you can follow on following up. After the career fair, Handshake offers a messaging feature that you can use to actually message employers on the Handshake platform. And again, just additional follow-up tips that you can use afterwards. And this is where you can go to see that feedback that you're getting from employers or any messages that you might get from employers on Handshake, okay? So again, this is a really, really, really valuable resource that we have available for you all. Any questions you may have about getting set up for the career fair, what to do during and after, you can find that information on this webpage. Of course, we're always available. You can always send us an email if you do have any other questions. All right, so with that being said, we're going to launch our last poll here. So I mentioned a lot about career fair, the sessions, right? Signing up for sessions. So let me know, have you signed up for sessions with employers? Okay. All right, so it's a good mix of yes, no, and not sure. Okay, so we've definitely noticed that a lot of folks are registering for the career fair, but you're not signed up for employer sessions. It's very important that after you register for the fair, you also sign up for those employer sessions. So these are two separate steps that you need to take. So for those that have not signed up for any sessions yet, Abby is sharing a few resources in the chat. So again, we have the career fair edition of Handshake How-Tos where we actually go through the steps for signing up for those sessions, and we're also going to do that today. And then there's also an article here for signing up for sessions. Please remember or keep in mind that you cannot meet with any employers unless you are signed up for those employer sessions, right? So you can sign up for sessions between the time of the actual fair, 12 to 2:30, whatever is left or available. And each slot is first come, first serve. So that's why it's really important that you do this as soon as possible, whether it's after we meet today or sometime this week, but before the actual career fair. So with that, I'm going to stop talking and I will pass it over to Abby, who will go over what employer sessions are available and then how to sign up for them. So again, you can follow along from your account if you choose to do so.
Hi, everyone. Thank you again for joining us on this fine Monday evening. And thank you for registering for the career fair. I will be going over how to sign up for sessions in real time using my very own CUNY SPH alumni Handshake account. And so while I'm getting everything set up with sharing my screen, please feel free to follow along if you maybe haven't gotten an opportunity to explore those employer sessions yet, because you're about to see who has sessions still open in real time. So here from the events page on Handshake, and this might look a little bit different if you are not a CUNY SPH student or alumni, you can navigate to the career fair by selecting career fairs at your school. So from the career fair page, you can see that I'm already registered because the register button, which would typically be like a dark blue/purple color, is gray, and that indicates I've already filled out the registration survey and I'm ready to go. So from the career fair page, you can scroll down, you can read the description, which directs you to the website, and also Handshake office hours, which the next session will be Thursday, April 24th from 2 to 3 p.m. So please feel free to join. But we also offer sessions after the career fair as well. So if you scroll down even more, you can check out the employers that are attending, and we have 39 amazing employers that will be at the career fair on Friday. From here, you can research the employers, which we recommend, and also go over in our Handshake How-To's Career Fair Edition video, which is available to anyone, whether you're a member of the CUNY SPH community or another CUNY school. But so once you find employers that you are interested in, you can go back to the main career fair webpage and then select available sessions here. So from here, if you scroll through, you could see that New York State Department of Civil Service still has one open one-on-one session, and one-on-one sessions are great for meeting with the employer directly, asking about specific positions, and really making your name known and making that connection for your next future career opportunity. And group sessions are great for learning more about the employer in general, and so both are really beneficial, and we recommend signing up as soon as you can, and also for as many as your schedule will allow. Girl Vow, for example, is an organization that has 45 open sessions right now, and I know personally that they'll be hiring on the spot for some of their open positions. They also have a group session available to learn more about the organization. NADAP is another great New York City-based nonprofit with open sessions. New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene, their HRTP internship program, is hosting group sessions, so you can learn more about that and get connected. And maybe this is great for those who are current graduate students. Vibrant Emotional Health also has several sessions open. New York State Department of Health, which has been incredibly popular. Mathematica, another really phenomenal organization, specifically in regards to data, methods, policy, all of that good stuff. And so as you can see, even though it's the Monday before the career fair, lots of employers have sessions open, and there is still so much to learn and so many people to meet with. And so let's say I wanted to register for a session with Sunriver Health. So I've done my research and I know that Sunriver Health is my top employer. Maybe they have a position open that I am really, really interested in. So I'll go here, select one-on-one with Sunriver Health. I can select the time that works best for me. And let's say I have an opening on my lunch break at work from 12 to 12:10 p.m. and that works. The great thing about creating your own schedule for the career fair on Handshake is that you can create your schedule in whatever way works best for you. And so then I would just select confirm here. And I will also note that not every employer will have every job opportunity available on Handshake. So Sunriver Health is a big healthcare organization with locations throughout New York City and also in upstate New York and the Hudson Valley. And so even though they've only listed the patient representative and navigator roles, they have a ton of other positions available to various degree programs. But anyways, so I've selected my time and then I'll select confirm. I've registered for the one-on-one session. And now if I go back to the top of the page here and select my schedule, you'll see that my schedule is starting in 4 days, and I'll be able to join directly from the screen the day of the career fair. So be sure to review your schedule ahead of the fair so you know when to log in, and we recommend logging in about 15 minutes before the fair starts, so around 11:45, just to test your setup, maybe even see if you can squeeze in any additional sessions, and each session link will become clickable on the day of the event in your Handshake account. So before I move on from here, I just wanted to see if we received any questions or if there was anything I could clarify about signing up for sessions.
Abby,
Hmm.
can you really quickly go to one of the employer descriptions so folks can just see what information employers had to submit?
Absolutely.
Yes, so as you can see here, I know there was a question in the chat about this. So let's look at Boston Public Health Commission. So all employers had to answer specific questions on their registration. So they're letting you know what employment types they have available, if US work authorization is needed as well. So that's where you will see if opportunities are open to international students, okay? Some employers have more information submitted than others, but that doesn't mean you can't ask, specific questions when you meet with them, or you can go to their profiles or their accounts to just learn more about the organization. Thanks, Abby.
Of course, I second that. And I'm looking at the chat now. Francesca, the career fair will be on Handshake, and Maya can share the registration link in the chat, and it will also, all of these links will be in our post-event email, so don't worry if you aren't able to catch one of them. And then Elizabeth, to answer your question, there's more on one-on-one sessions available in the students and alumni page on the career fair webpage. And even if you don't necessarily have a specific job opportunity in mind, a one-on-one session can be a really great networking opportunity. I know there are some folks who are looking to just volunteer and network and make their name known with a representative. And so whatever your goal may be, it depends on your unique situation, whether you register for one-on-one sessions, group sessions, but we recommend both. And especially for employers who might still have a lot of sessions open, just more of an opportunity to really stand out there. So I will stop sharing my screen. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to share those in the chat. And so on the day of the fair, we will have a virtual help room available starting at 11 a.m. And so this is 1 hour before the fair starts. So maybe if you need any last minute support, you'll be able to join us then. And I will share the link for this slide in the chat just so you can easily reference it. And so the virtual help room will open at 11 a.m. on Friday. There will be an attendee lounge, which will be a casual space for support and conversation, and then a tech help room for real-time troubleshooting. And you can join the help room directly through the Handshake event page or from the email that we will send out with day of event instructions. But you can bookmark this slide through the link that I just shared in the chat for easy access to these key details. And a lot of the prep info that you need is available on the webpage that Maya went through. But if you need any other support, we are here to help guide you along the way. And so please also feel free to sign up for Handshake office hours. Again, the next session will be on Thursday from 2 to 3 p.m. So that's the day before the career fair, and I manage those, and I'm happy to help anyone register for the fair or sign up for sessions. And Maya just shared that link in the chat. And so now with that, we'll open the floor for any remaining questions. You can unmute yourself, drop your questions in the chat, and thank you so much. Just to start, I'll answer Irene's question. So some employers list their opportunities on Handshake, but many of them have separate career web pages on their organization website. And so really it's sometimes just their preference. We really recommend doing some research on the employer before meeting with them. So again, some of their opportunities are on Handshake, some of them are not, because some of them are also hiring for maybe hundreds of roles. And Irene, if there were any particular employers that you were interested in, I can show you an example of that as well.
Hi, Abigail.
Hi there.
Hi. You just show like how to get 1:1 session for the listed employers that are there on the career fair, right? But some employers are not like won't be participating in this career fair. But if let's say NYU Langon, I want to book a session with them. So is it possible to book a session with them?
So for this career fair, NYU Langone Health is not participating at the moment, so you would only be able to connect with the 39 employers that are registered, but we do hope to have them represented at a future career fair. And NYU Langone is also on Handshake, so they sometimes post their opportunities there, and you can connect with them that way, even though they may not be at our fair on Friday.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I can see the jobs, but I can't see the sessions like for them, even for Mount Sinai. So yeah, I was just wondering if there's like there's a way to have some sessions with them like we have for those who are there in our career fair, the employees that are there in the career fair. So yeah.
Yeah, I think I understand. So Mount Sinai and NYU Langone are not participating in our career fair on Friday. And so they will not have any sessions available, but we do hope to have them at a future career fair.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Mhm.
So this session will happen online, like we will be able to navigate the handshake, like that time, like we are seeing the screen and how is it happening? I'm just like assuming like is it like how it will happen? Can you please describe?
Yes, so on the day of the career fair, once you register for the fair, you will go to the career fair webpage from the events tab on Handshake, and then you'll be able to view your schedule. And all of this is also outlined in the for students and alumni career fair page, which I'll share that link in the chat now.
Yeah, thank you, please. Yeah.
And I'll also show the link to our Handshake How To's Career Fair Edition recording, which goes over everything super in depth that you need to know to be successful at the fair. And I hope that that is helpful, but if you need any additional support, please feel free to join in on Handshake office hours on Thursday.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mhm.
Deepa is,
Um, yes. So I have a question. I'm pretty new in Handshake. I just registered for that fair also. So I just have a question that sometimes like I got one messages from the employer. They say like a message. What's that for? Do you have any sometimes the employer can reach out with the students by texting them also.
do you want to answer, Abby, or you want me to?
So if I miss anything, please feel free to fill in any of the blanks. But sometimes employers do reach out to students on Handshake, and they may or may not be participating in the career fair. But was this a message that you received today?
Like few days ago, I'm just I can give you the information, then you can probably check everything. Um, I'm sorry. I'm just looking for that. is something storage, scholars probably.
Are you a CUNY SPH student or from another school?
From Baruch, CUNY Baruch.
Okay, so yeah, so sometimes employers, whether it's the career fair or not, a lot of students or alumni, you may notice that you get messages from employers. Maybe sometimes they do mass, messaging to different students depending on your qualifications for different opportunities. So that could be what's happening. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's an employer that's participating in our career fair, if that makes sense.
Okay.
What employer was it?
Probably storage scholars probably. I
Okay,
just
yeah.
am sure that yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's a great feature that, Handshake has, right? That employers can reach out to you with opportunities, you can reach out to them. Like someone just put in the chat, Anita, said that they often get messages in their inbox from employers who have read their profile and think that they would be a good fit for a role. So that's why it's really important for you to have your profile completed, right? So employers can reach out to you if they do think that you would be a good fit.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, Francesca, you have a question?
Yes, good evening.
Hello.
My question is, I'm trying to sign up to register for the job fair, but it's saying that I'm not eligible or something. I'm alumni from John Jay College, so I don't know if is it because I'm not registered for classes this semester, or is it just a glitch?
No, you have access to your Handshake account though,
Yeah, it says not qualified to join.
to join the fair itself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Abby, you have something to say? Go ahead.
Francesca, what year are you at John Jay?
I graduated in December.
And are you a current graduate student?
Veteran. I'm
Are
sorry,
you,
I didn't hear you.
sorry, are you a current graduate student?
Yes, my last semester was in the fall was my last semester.
So you're an alum of John Jay, so
Alum, yeah.
right,
Correct.
right. So you should be able to register. So you have a few options, Abby, let me know if I'm saying the wrong thing. You have a few options here. I mean, Abby, I think for the purpose of the career fair this week, if you want to sign up for Handshake office hours with Abby, you can do that. But I think the first step might be reaching out to your career center to see what's going on there, because it is open to graduate students and alumni of CUNY. So you should be able to register.
Okay. The thing is that even to get in this virtual meeting, I wasn't able to do it. They told me to go to career.cuny my school JJ and that's the only reason I was able to log in and register. So do I have to do the same thing? Go to the career website?
Why
to
don't
sign up?
can you send an email to our email address? I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
Just so we can, okay. So can you send an email there so we can look into it a little bit more?
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Ooh, I'm not sure who had their hand raised first. Khadijah, do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, hi. I just have a question about I registered for sessions for like Boston Public Health Commission and the Maryland Department of Health. I didn't realize that there were one-on-one sessions. Do you know if they have group sessions for those? And if they don't, I guess this goes back to a question that somebody else asked. How do you approach the one-on-one sessions?
So are you looking to not register for one-on-one sessions?
I just don't know what's expected.
Okay, so I mean, one-on-one is typically just that, right? You have that direct contact with the employer to, I would say, definitely prepare questions you may have. So whether that's about the roles that they have available, like what is your purpose for meeting with them, okay? And they'll do the same. They'll ask you questions about your qualifications and your experience. You can look at the career fair website, where we do have that information about just preparing to meet with employers, to give you somewhat of a guide, right? To just prepare before you go into the one-on-one sessions. But it will be just that, just a one-on-one conversation with an employer. You get to know them and they get to know you. They'll let you know what they're recruiting for, what opportunities they have available.
Okay. Do you know if for those two employees that I mentioned, do you know if they have group sessions as well, or it's all one-on-one sessions?
So it's really what they have up right now. So if they don't have any group sessions up, then they won't have any for the fair.
Okay.
I mean, there might be a change by Friday, but I think those two employers, they've had their sessions up for a while, so.
Okay, I'm just a little confused because like when I scroll through the different employers, I don't even see them come up. So, well, at least not the Boston one. I don't think one of them is not coming up. So I'm not like I can't see if it's just one-on-one sessions or if it's group sessions. But
Oh, I see. You're logged into your account?
yes, I am.
Okay, all right, let me, whoops. All right, Abby, I'll just share my screen really quickly. I'm logged into your account.
Okay. I will add that there may be something preventing you from registering for, if you're already registered for the one-on-one sessions, like another one-on-one session. And so I do know that those employers are only offering one-on-one sessions unless something may change in the next 4 days. But if you're looking for roles in state government, I know that the New York State Department of Health has a group session available. And so if that is your preference, the Fund for Public Health also has a group session available, and there are other opportunities, even if the Boston Public Health Commission, like you mentioned, is only offering those one-on-one sessions.
I think you answered my questions. So those two employers are only offering one-on-one sessions.
Yep.
I did register for the group sessions for the other two you mentioned. So thank you for that.
Of course.
Okay, so Khadija, that answered your questions? You're good?
Thanks.
So really, what
Okay.
questions do you have?
Yeah.
Hi, good afternoon. So I was able to register for the sessions, but is there anything in particular that we should know going into those sessions?
So I think this goes back to just preparing for the one-on-one sessions, researching the employer beforehand, making sure that you have an idea of what questions you would want to know about that employer and what interests you in working with them. Abby just put a few different articles in the chat that you can use to prepare. I'm also going to put the career fair website back into the chat. Okay, so there we have a section about preparing for the career fair as well. So employers on their description, they'll let you know what jobs they're recruiting for. So looking into those jobs as well, maybe there's a specific role that you're interested in. You can also come prepared to discuss that role too.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem. All right, any other questions that we can answer? Just to reiterate what Abby is saying in the chat, you can update your schedule, maybe cancel sessions, sign up for different sessions. Of course, you know, the employer will notice that, but it's totally okay. It's up to you and what your schedule allows. So you can definitely make that change. And employers will still be adding sessions, really probably up until, I think, Wednesday. So always check back. You can even check back the morning of the fair to see what new employers and sessions have been added. Margarita, go ahead.
Hi, I have a quick question about the internship. So I am in community health. I am doing this part-time. I know that we have to do like in 2 different semesters, kind of like a work in the field, right? I wonder if these opportunities will work for that kind of like a work in the field, like that credits that we need to complete, and how it works, because I don't know if we have to do it outside of a job employment, or if I can do it through my job, or if I should find another job that will related to that topic.
Okay, so you're specifically talking about the fieldwork requirement for community health students. So there's a specific process that you need to follow in terms of enrolling for that course. So your course instructors will place you with an opportunity, right? So you don't need to look for something on your own. There are specific named internships that can also qualify for your community health collaborative, but I highly recommend speaking with your course instructors about that first. You can go to the fieldwork webpage for the Community Health Collaborative and look into that. I will just pull that up for you so you have it.
Thank you.
Okay.
So can I ask you, I don't know if you know about this, but I wonder, in these opportunities, talking like at the field work, with when I place in these locations, it's going to be like a full-time experience, or is part-time, or just a few hours, or how it will be developed?
Okay, so you should absolutely speak with your course instructors, fieldwork course instructors about this. So this event specifically is for employment and internship opportunities for the career fair, but if you have any questions about your academic planning, you can reach out to the fieldwork course instructors, or you can reach out to academic advising, and they can assist you with that as well.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Any other questions that we can answer? Okay, yes, so we do have a few employers that have sessions available. Abby put those in the chat. So Mathematica, Start Recovery, California Pan Ethnic Health Network, Sister Love, City of Albany, and Bronx Health Link. So they have available sessions, so please sign up as soon as possible if you are interested. Again, the slots are first come, first served.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again?
So if you see the chat, Abby put a few employers in there that still have available sessions. So if you are interested in meeting with any of those employers, you can definitely sign up for those sessions either today, well, we would say as soon as you can today, so you can secure those slots. Okay, we're here to answer any other questions you may have. Again, just to reiterate, very, very important, you register for the career fair, then you sign up for your employer sessions. Two separate steps there, so that's really important to keep in mind. Okay, so I got a private message here. So if you are looking for specific employers to sign up, I highly recommend, again, looking at the employers that are participating and doing your research with those employers that you're interested in to see what opportunities they have available. Again, that's why it's so great that we have everything on one platform. So you can look at the description of the employer, go to their profile or their account, do additional research, look at their website, do more research, right? So you have everything there for you to make that informed decision of whether you want to meet with the employer and they have opportunities that fit with what you want to do.
And so with that, I'm going to stop the recording now. If there are any additional questions that you might have, please feel free to unmute or share it in the chat. You can also email us at Career Services, but if you don't have any further questions and you feel confident for the day of the fair on Friday, you are also welcome to go and enjoy your evening.
Okay, and you will get that follow-up email from us with